Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm fine, Doctor. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's good to see you, good to speak with you today. And thank you very much
Likewise.
for coming in this morning to speak to us on my platform.
It's a
Uh,
pleasure.
Quickly, let me ask you, tell us about yourself. I know about you, but I want people to, know who they're watching this morning. So tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, thank you. Basically, I just want to say I know everything about Nigerian students since 2003. Okay, so some of the followers out there, probably before you were born, are not in the capacity as an agent, but in the capacity as a teacher. I have been teaching international students, specifically Nigerian students, since 2003 in the foundation programs, so they can move on to university. And I'm very proud
Two,
to say some of them actually coming here.
2003, 17,
Yes,
19 years you've been teaching
yes,
Nigerian students,
yes,
international students.
yes.
Fantastic.
That's right. So
All right, go
I'm
ahead.
very proud to say some of them are actually here. They're happy for me to mention names. One of them is actually a politician right now. He's got returned back to Nigeria and he's practicing politics. I've got another student who's actually in the oil industry. I have many students who've actually successfully or actually have proper careers in the UK, and I'm very proud of them. It's like being a parent.
Yeah.
It's a course being a teacher. You do actually care for them. So that was until 2014, where I was a college lecturer and a college registrar. From 2014, I actually worked with Leicester University. I was head of science there for Leicester University Study Group. And then after that, I went into sixth form college teaching. Before the pandemic, my husband and I, we were both doing recruitment, but then he told me, Afsana, this is your baby, you take over. So since the pandemic, this is the girl, Doctor, I have to say, you probably won't believe me right now. This is the girl, before pandemic, I used to only post one post a year just to tell people I was alive. And then that had to, you know how it is in social media before
Yeah.
pandemic, then, everything changed. So yeah, that's my story.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
Fantastic.
in the last 2 years, I've actually now certified with the British Council, so I'm a certified agent with them. I'm an authorised partner for De Montfort University in Leicester in the UK. I'm born and brought up in Leicester, gave birth, got married, not in that order, of course, probably died in Leicester. No, first got born, got married, gave birth 3 times, graduated twice from De Montfort University. So I'm a proper Leicester person. Now, Doctor, do you know Leicester City?
I haven't been to Leicester City, so aside from winning the Premier League,
Yes.
I don't know much about
Those
Leicester.
are the days. Okay, so basically, for your followers who are out there, please let me know if you know. Do you know there are several students who will know that there are two very lovely Nigerian football players who plays for our Premier League club? If you know what their names are, you probably might get a prize. But do you know their names, Doctor? We
Of
have two
course, I know
players.
their name.
Go
Yeah,
on and tell me.
Kelechi Iheanacho and
Yeah,
Wilfred Ndidi, correct?
yes, fantastic. Full
Yes.
marks. Full marks. Now, the reason why I talk about them because our lovely player, Wilfred Ndidi, he's a defense midfielder, fantastic. I'm a massive supporter of Leicester City. Who do you support, Doctor?
Manchester United, of course.
We're not friends. Good luck in March. Good luck. We are not friends. Okay, so basically, this is the plan. He is Nigerian. He's earning thousands of pounds, but he is studying at De Montfort University. Okay,
Yeah.
I asked my students, my Nigerian students, how come he's Nigerian, he's earning thousands, but he's still going to university? And my students, Nigerians, you know how it is, Doctor, they call you, out of respect, I love my Nigerian students because that's my main target market. They call me Ma, or yeah, they call me Ma. Other parts of the world, they say different things like Auntie if you're in Southeast Asia. In Nigeria, they do call me Auntie or Ma mainly. But yeah, they say, Ma, you need to understand the mentality of Nigerians. We think we think ahead. Football is not there for life. He needs another plan B because he needs that degree. So after football, he may need something else. So that's why he's studying at De Montfort University.
Wow, fantastic. Before I ask you other questions, and I see some questions coming in, I posted a video this morning, and you commented on that video talking about people who have HNDs trying to move to the UK, and I've had a bit of difficulty. Can you talk us through that?
Sure, sure. So basically, UK Bright Education, we're an authorized partner for Oxford International Education Group. There are 5 universities where you can do a pre-masters. So let me explain from the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have after OND, if you've done your HND and you have scored, I've written everything down. If you've scored 2.5 or better, or you have gained a 3rd class in your bachelor's degree, you only need to do 1 term pre-masters followed by masters. Okay, you can enroll as early as April. The next intake is June and September. Okay, so people who want to enroll for April and June, they do the pre-masters and then they start their masters in September.
So
Or
you're saying in essence that they could be in the UK by June?
Yes, April. I've got students, I've given offer letters last week for April. If the
For
money is
April?
ready in the bank, yeah, why not? Because if I've got students saying, Ma, my money is ready, my parents are happy, they've given their blessings for me to go, money's in the bank, documents are ready, offer letter, credit to Oxford International, they produced an offer letter within 48 hours. Some of them got conditional offers, some of them got unconditional. So yeah, and they said we're ready to go. They booked their TB test. At the moment, the TB test in Lagos is not very busy because you need to do a TB test to apply for a student visa. Okay,
So
but yeah, April.
go ahead. So April, they can actually get in.
Yes,
Okay.
but you have to be quick. Otherwise, June or September. There's 4 intakes. 4 intakes.
Okay. Now, what's 2 questions in one? What universities in the UK can you help people get admission, and what's the criteria? What do they need? What documents do they need to have?
Okay, well, I'll tell you the one which I'm a direct. I'm going to be honest with you because time is valuable, and you need to get honest advice. Number 1, I'm an authorized partner for De Montfort University. Now, for De Montfort University in Leicester, where I come from, for a master's, you need to get 2.5. I think his internet's playing up. 2.5 out of 4, or 55% if you want a master's direct admission. Okay, so for masters, if you've got 55% or more, or 2.4 out of 4, this is just for Nigeria, mind you, you can get direct admission for masters for September or January. Apply now. You know how it is, guys. Pandemic has actually, increased the process time, not just for this university, but all around the UK, all around the world, really. So if you really would be interested, apply now. Okay, just contact UK Bright Education, bring your CV in, that's fine. Because you know how it is, doctor, process times when the
Yes,
pandemic's.
I know that. A few people are asking for your number, how they can contact you. Is there a phone number or it's email or?
The best thing is if you just go to my bio, you'll see my email address. So the quickest way, so I can consult you straight away, my email address is there, the website's there, and you can just contact me there, and then
on your bio right
it's
now,
on my
correct?
bio. It's on my bio,
Okay,
doctor. Yeah.
so guys, all you need to do is send her a DM straight away. It's UK Bright Education, ukbright.education, and you can send her an email straight away, and she will chat with you immediately. Another question I want to ask is, do you have tuition waivers, any fee waivers or anything like that?
Classic question comes up every single time. If I get £1 for every time a student asks me that, I would have been a millionaire by now. The answer is they exist. Okay, they exist. I'm not going to lie. But the scholarships aren't, they start from minimum £500 to £2,000. It's for De Montfort University. So like I said, it's first come, first served for De Montfort University. Now, doctor, you said where else can I help you with offers? For pre-masters, like I said, there's 5 universities. So De Montfort University with pre-masters and foundation. So I'll talk about that. De Montfort University, Bradford University, Bangor University in Wales, Dundee University, high-ranking university in Scotland, and if you love good old London, who doesn't love London? Greenwich University as well. Okay, so if you are a city girl or boy and you don't want to leave that, the busy life, Greenwich University I can help. Apart from that, there are other 60 more universities, God allowing, I am actually have links with, and I can help you with those as well.
You can help as well. Okay, so aside from admission now, you know, one of the bottlenecks for people is getting the actual visa. Do you offer any form of visa assistance and advice and telling people how to go about it?
Okay, right. I've got to be very careful with this because I'm a British Council certified agent. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a specialist in immigration, but what I will do is I will virtually be there with you while you're applying. Okay, that headache is yours. I will check on behalf of the university because I am their agent. I have to make sure the correct amount of money is there, that your documents are, are really top notch. So there's no excuse for you not to get the visa because we need 100% success rate. Otherwise, it's a waste of time, waste of money. Okay, you don't want to waste time because you have to pay for the visa fee, TB test, health. There's so many things you need to do, which is nominal compared to the fee. But I help in terms of, they might say, Mark, could you help me? Can you go through it with me? I'm a bit nervous. I've never seen this website before. Then on Zoom or on Google Meet, I'm with them. So that's not a problem. That's no problem.
Fantastic. One major question I need to ask you. One major question.
I have more questions for you, but yeah, you give yours.
IELTS.
Oh, yes.
IELTS. Do you need to
Good
do IELTS
question.
or not?
Are you in a good mood?
Of course.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. The good news is there are many, many universities which accept WIEC, English Language C6. So the answer is no need.
Wow.
Okay, as long as it's got C6 or above in English language, more and more universities are accepting it. Again, contact me. There's no need for IELTS if you're from Nigeria and you've got C6 or above. So I've got 4 questions for you, Doctor. Question number 1, have you got any questions about personal statements?
Personal statements, yeah, absolutely, because a lot of people also want to know if there's a need to write, their own letter of motivation. Do you give like samples? Do you help them write? Those are questions I get often.
Okay, right. First of all, behind these eyes, I have a lot of concealer because I've been reading so many personal statements that really should be put in the bin. Okay, please do not use Uncle Google. They use plagiarism checkers to check whether you've used Uncle Google to get your personal statement. Don't do that. The personal statement is such an important document. The admissions tutor will look at it. If they need, they'll show it to the academics. So that is bespoke for the student, okay? Because I'm a teacher, I always give out things. So I always give them I give my students writing, but my students know this, those of you who are here. I actually give out a writing frame because it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Oh my goodness, how do I sell myself on 2 A4 sides? So what I do is this. I will give you the writing frame. Don't panic. Do your first draft. Send it to me. I don't spoon feed. We're teachers. We're not here to spoon feed. What we do is I will guide you. So you know on Word where you right-click a paragraph and you write a comment? Have you seen that, Doctor? So
yes.
Like that, yeah. So basically like that, I write a comment that too vague, more detail, delete, unnecessary. So whatever I think is appropriate, because I see so many every day. I will tweak it. I'll feed them through and guide them to look. This is good. This isn't good. Do this again. Mention the modules. So important. I mean, we could do another live just on personal statements. My students, they actually get slightly tired because they don't rely on their first draft. You need to probably do 1 or 2 drafts of your personal statements because it's bespoke. And it's your chance to sell yourself, your skills, which nobody else in the world has. And only you know yourself. I don't. So I can't write it for you, but I will guide you.
Okay. Thank you very much for asking. Another question that I have prepared is this. I have a lot of viewers outside Nigeria who are also interested in moving to the UK, people from Kenya, South Africa, Uganda. Is this something you can help with as well?
Of course. I'm not just exclusive to Nigeria. Saying that, I feel I am like the adopted daughter of Nigeria because, Doctor, I have some good news. Good news. UK Bright Education is officially on the De Montfort University Agents of Nigeria. We are there, finally.
Okay.
So I feel I'm an adopted daughter of Nigeria. But no, please forgive me. It's not just Nigeria. I help students from all around the world. We are very inclusive, and we would welcome your application from any part of the world.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Another question, burning question, and I can see three people asking the same question here is, what about those of us who are interested in undergraduate studies?
Yes, I was hoping when someone would ask. Okay, so for those people, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you need pen and paper. Okay, I might type it in. Right, so it depends on your grades. Okay, now if you've done WIAC or NEKO, not a problem. Oh, another thing, doctor, the study gap, huge, big deal.
Okay,
Universities will accept for pre-masters up to 7 year study gap, up to 7 years.
7 years.
Only 7 years. There are some which will push it to 10 years. I'm not going to promote that. Will be hard, but it can be done. Applying is free, so it's not a big deal. But if it's less than 7, then you're more likely to get admission. For bachelors, the maximum study gap is 5 years. Okay, because we're in a pandemic, things have happened, right?
Yeah,
So they'll
yeah.
allow 5 years. Right. In terms of requirements for bachelors, unfortunately, this for Nigeria, unfortunately for those of you who want a bachelor, you need to do either A levels or international foundation program before you do the bachelor's. So, for example, if your WIAT grades are from 1 to 6, or it could be SSC, you can do an international year 0, meaning you will be in the UK for 4 years. Okay, 1 year would be the international year 0, and then you go straight to first year of the degree, then third year, then second year, then third year, then you graduate. So you have a visa for 4 years. If your grades are between 1 and 6, WIAC or SSC. The intake for that is September, January, and April. Now, if you're a bit better than that, if your minimum grade, your average grade minimum is B3, okay, then you can go for the international year 1. Now, doctor, I'm sure you would agree with me. You are an ambassador of saving money, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, right. It's my dream as well. It is my dream. Money doesn't grow on trees. Parents, they earn, they work the hours, they work so hard for their kids with those big dreams, okay? My wish is never for a parent to waste money, okay?
Of course,
I
yeah.
try to make the education process as quick, not as quick, but as cost effective as possible. As you know, the Naira is very weak. That
Yeah,
doesn't help either,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So I always try to advise that, look, do it in a short space of time. So for example, if your average score for WIAC or NEKO is B3 minimum, you can go for international year 1, okay, and then you get a visa for 3 years. That's where you save money if you're a good student. So you do the international year 1 to begin with, and then you go straight to year 2.
Okay.
Then you graduate in the 30s. So you have a visa for 3 years. You're not here for 4, you're here for 3 years.
Okay. And while they are studying, can they work?
Classic question again. Yes, you can. You are allowed to work 20 hours a week, class time. When it's the holidays, you can work full time. Nobody's going to say anything.
Okay.
Now, doctor, shall I tell you a funny story?
Yes, go ahead.
Christmas time, summer holidays, I sometimes call my students and say, hey, how you doing? Do you know what they say? They say, Ma, don't
I'm
call me,
working.
I'm working.
Working.
I said, go ahead. They say, Ma, this is the land of opportunity. Please put the phone down.
Double
That's
pay,
what they
double
do.
pay. It's
Yes,
double pay.
you have to, because they don't want to
Yeah,
be a burden on their parents. I totally get it. I totally get it. Why not? Why not?
yeah, fantastic. So
So
I've got a
basically,
couple of more questions for you. Someone is here
I have
asking,
people, but yeah.
okay, someone is asking, she's saying, please, I want to be sure. I have a
Mm.
third class degree and I've done my pre-master in Nigeria. Would you
Oh,
accept it for a
nice.
master's degree program?
I'll have to look at it and look at the transcript.
Okay.
I need to have a look at it because that's quite
So
specific.
Ronke, send a DM to UK Bride Education now. Send a DM. She will go through your transcript
It
and
looks like so, but I
offer
need
you
to see. Yeah,
advice. Okay,
brilliant.
offer you advice. For those asking about NEKO, yes, she's saying that NEKO is accepted, so you don't have to worry about NEKO. Someone is asking, can they start their application with you even though their transcript is not ready yet?
Yes, fantastic question. That was one of my questions. Now, I was going to say that we have four barriers which we have in specific for Nigeria. One of them is personal statements. I've talked to you about that. The other one is transcripts, right? This is specific for Nigeria. People from Ghana or Kenya, please tell me if it's the same for you guys. But I know in Nigeria, doctor, that when you graduate, you don't get the certificates with you in your hand.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
in the UK, we get it straight away, right? But over there, they don't give it to you straight away. That you have to request for it, and it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It takes even longer.
3 months. Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Yeah. And because of the pandemic, even longer. Okay, so it's a big headache for students. So how do we overcome this? Students are still coming, right? So what it is this: if because the students already know and they've already graduated that they've got their qualification, they could actually go back to the university and say, look. If you could have the certificate, great. If you could have a copy of the transcript, which you can sign to say that it is me and it's got the stamps on, universities do that. Okay, they do that, and they tend to ask for the email address for for where they're applying for. They don't want to send it in their students' hands. Okay. Universities, they like to send the transcript. I'm being serious. This has happened several times now. They ask me that, can you please give me the email address for the admissions officer at the university? I give that, and I had to make sure it's the right email address because we get thousands and thousands of applications. Not me, the university. So I need to make sure I give them the right name, right email address, and then the fact that I'm expecting it as well. And then they receive it, and then we use
Okay,
that. So
okay,
it is a headache, but like I said, my friends, if you want to come, just start the process because it takes time. Even
okay.
doctor getting an international passport, if that's not with
Yeah,
you, even
yeah,
that takes time. So there's a
yeah.
lot of things, a lot of
There's a lot
paperwork.
of things. Okay. Another question popping up here is, if you do help me with admission, can I come with my kids and my husband?
Wow, fantastic question. Right. Okay, so this is the story in Balamori. Right. So if this is fantastic news for students who want to come who are our master's students, you are allowed to bring your spouse and your dependents. Okay. Now, your dependents are allowed to work full time. They are allowed
What?
to work full time, whereas
So
you can
while
only
while you're
work.
going to school, they can work.
They can work full time, and the children, doctor, they can get a free education, British standard. If your child, doctor, if your child is only 3.5, they will get free 15 hours of nursery education if they're only 3.5. If you
Wow.
want to top it up, you can. But by law, my kids, they started when they were 3.5, 15 hours a week. And then when they're older, then, you start kindergarten, then, full time. So yes, it can be done. So if the missus or sir, if they're studying, then the partner, they can actually work full time. They're fully allowed, they're allowed. That's that. I was going to say something. What happens if you're not married? What happens if you have a fiance? What happens if you have a
Yes,
girlfriend,
yes. If we
boyfriend?
if we have a
Okay.
fiance, yeah. What do
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do
yeah.
then?
So what happens? Okay. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. Please go to gov.uk website. But if you can formalize whatever that relationship is, if you can show the government that you are an item, you're allowed. So you don't necessarily even have to be you don't necessarily have to be married. I don't want to say everybody go grab a boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if that special person is out there, get it done, and then both of you come together and you study
Okay.
and your partner works. Why not?
Now I have one other question for you. Like you said, I'm always about, going to places that you can afford, cheap, saving money and all that.
Yes.
Can you help with a payment plan? Whether you pay twice, you pay 3 times, is that something that's possible, or you have to pay all at once?
Okay. Very good question. Who is that? We need to highlight these people. Who said about payment plan? They're so clever. Your
Yeah,
followers
someone
are so
someone
clever.
someone just said here, I can't, the
Clever
names have gone
people.
up now, saying, can I
Okay,
can I
that's
get
fine.
payment?
Okay, right. Do you want some good news or some bad news? Bad news first?
Okay, bad news
Doctor, would
first,
you like
then
some
good
good news
news.
or bad news? Bad.
Bad news first, then good news.
Okay, bad news first is some universities will ask you to pay 50% and the remaining fee either in 1 or 2 installments. Some universities, not all of them. Guess what the good news is?
Tell us, we're
De
listening.
Montfort University, I will, my friend, De Montfort University will say 50% of your fee you pay before you get your timetable, and the rest you pay in not 1, not 2, not 3, 7 installments.
7 installments, 7.
Which other university does that, doctor? What are
7
you doing?
times. 7.
Yes. The stress level will go what? Down. Students will perform better. The whole point of this game is how do I make my student become more employable after graduation? There's no point, doctor, of graduating and then leaving with an odd job. Nobody wants that. We all want a bright future. That's the whole point of this show. Your ethics, the way you work, even your example, doctor, that's the reason why I'm here, is you are a role model of others because
Yeah.
you're a qualified doctor and you're doing this at the side. That's what dreams are made of. Okay, so this is what we want for all of our students, all of our followers, that look, you can do what you want, follow your dreams, but you have to be smart about it. Why not? And De Montfort University can do that for you. Like I said, 50% of the fee to be paid in advance and the rest in either 4 or 7 installments. It's a
Wow.
non-brainer. Why 4? Do it in 7. So your stress
Guys,
levels will go
guys,
down, spread it out.
guys, I don't want to hear any stories anymore because look at the positives. You're going to be in the UK, you can work, you can spread your fees as maximum 7 times.
Depends on
NEKO
the
is
university.
accepted, WAEC is
Yeah.
accepted, HND is accepted. Come on, guys, what exactly are you waiting for? So what you should do now is send a DM to ukbright.education. I've just pinned I've pinned a handle just here. It's ukbright.education. ukbright.education. Send an email, send her a DM straight away. Start flooding her with your questions, and I'm sure you're going to get answers. Is there any other thing you want to tell us, please,
Yes,
Afsana?
I had one question for you. Did anybody ask you about references?
No questions about that.
Okay. Huge problem. Huge problem. Right. So basically, universities would like a work reference and an academic reference. And Nigerians, they say, Ma, what does that mean? What that means is this. If you have a favorite teacher who will support you, a reference is also known as a letter of recommendation. If you can get that from your favorite teacher who will support your application, that's what we need. If you can't get a work reference because of the pandemic or you weren't in work, not a problem. You can get 2 academic references. So 2 letters of recommendation. So I've overcome that problem several times as well.
Okay, guys. Look, if I were you, I will start sending DMs now to ukbright.education. The positives are all there. You can pay in installments. You can move with your family. What else? WAEC, NEKO, HND accepted. Even if you have 7 years study gap, it's
You
a
can even
no-brainer.
rub shoulders. Hold on, you can even rub shoulders with Nadidi. You never know on
Yeah,
campus.
you can even meet Ndidi or
And if you do, let me know.
Kelechi.
If you do, let me know.
Wow,
I'm
wow,
still waiting for
fantastic.
that day. He's in business.
Wow.
He's in the business building. Why
Wow,
not?
wow, fantastic. Any
So
final
yeah.
words for us? Anything you want to tell us before you go?
Right, I just want to say for students, before you choose your university, there's one thing that you need to consider. Finance is the main thing. Academically, you may be qualified, but finance is a huge consideration. Please make sure your parents are with you. You do need to bring your money with you into the UK. If it's a foundation program, it's not installments. I don't want to lie, I don't want to mislead. For the pre-masters and for the foundation program, for those who don't have the high qualifications, you need to show 50% of deposit, depends how early you apply, and the rest you have to pay before you come. So that's one thing. The money needs to be in the bank for 28 consecutive days. Make sure the bank account is a normal account, not a shares account, not a business account. That's not accepted. When I look after students, basically I help them from application, this personal statement, interview, all the way to the visa. Doctor, how can I explain this to you? This is in our blood, it's in our culture, it's in my culture. If you come to my city, you are under my watch.
You owe me
Okay?
food. You owe me dinner. Remember? You owe me dinner.
Yes,
You owe me.
yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I forgot. I'm waiting. I'm just dieting right now so we can go out. Right. So basically, So basically, this is the plan. When students come, I'm being honest with you. I'm sure, doctor, if someone comes to your city after a long journey in the middle of the night, you're not going to leave them like that. So I even look after, I will go there in my city. If they're not in my city, then I have to do Uber or Deliveroo. But I will, yeah, so I will say, look, make sure your heat is on. Make sure the windows are closed. Have you got food? Shall I get some for you? Do you need a mobile SIM? Just things like that. Because I'm sure if someone comes to your city, how would you feel? You know, you're on your own for the first time. So, you know, I do look after them. And then once they're here and they're settled and they've got their feet on the ground, then they start running. So it's really
One
nice
quick
to see.
question. People want to know how much you charge to help them.
Oh no, I didn't want to answer that. I didn't want to answer that. I think I'll have to now. How do I say this? My husband's gonna kill me. I don't charge.
Free. Free. Oh
I
my
am.
God.
That's why
Free,
people don't
free,
come to me,
free.
doctor. Listen, because of that, people didn't come. They thought, hold on, she's too good. There's something wrong. But at the moment, my husband's my mentor. So he said, look, Afsana, just take it easy. Quality students, success rate has to be high. Visa success rate have to be high. You have to work diligently for each student. I know it's crazy, doctor. I know that face.
You
I
are
know.
amazing. You are amazing.
No, no, no. It's
Amazing.
not
And
me. It's
thank you very much. Thank you very much for all you're doing. Thank you very much. So
no problem.
You owe me Indian food,
Of
and
course.
you owe me a Leicester City jersey now.
Yes. Oh God. But that was not the deal. Okay, guys, I just want to say another thing, Doctor. I don't know if you've seen other agents do this. Because I'm from Leicester, DeMoffat University, fortunately, they do open days nearly every month. So if you know, I'm a shadow. I'm on a selfie stick run. I actually go out there without a student, and I just go with my selfie stick. So I
Wow.
go online and I ask students that, what do you want to see? Because you coming all the way from Nigeria, you won't be able to see the campus. Your parents don't know what a cup of tea or can of Coke costs. They need to see the classroom. They want to see where the toilets are. Where's the prayer rooms? Is there a Christian society? I want to see my teachers. So I actually go out there and I say, look, I have students who are willing to pay millions of nairas. They want to see something. You need to show me. Because that's how you that's how you form the bridge and the trust.
Wow,
So yeah.
fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much, Asfana. I'm gonna leave this video on my YouTube, on my Instagram feed, so that people can watch again when they come back. And guys, if I were you, I'll be sending DMs right now to ukbright.education. I've pinned a handle just on the screen right now. Send that message, make that inquiry, and start that move now. April,
Yes.
April, April, April. April is just around the
If
corner.
the
So
document's already,
start
the
now so
money's
you can
ready.
go in April, okay? If you cannot move in April, then you go in June, okay? If you cannot move in April, then you go in June. That's fantastic, okay?
For
So
master, yes,
April, June, September, but start now, start now.
yes.
I
Start the process.
have pinned the social media handle. It is ukbright.education, ukbright.education. Asfana, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I just want
We'll
to say
definitely
you're doing
chat.
a
We'll continue
fantastic.
talking in the DM, okay?
No, we have to make sure you do what you do. You are absolutely fantastic. And
Thank you very
guys, I
much.
just want to say I'm not gassing them. No, seriously. I have students who say we want to be like Waka Waka Doctor. We want to be better than him. They said, what do you mean better? We said we want to do what he does, but even more. So
Thank
you
you.
are a role model. You are a
Thank
role
you.
model. So
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Thank you.
Andrew, take care. Bye bye.